A mental health march on Harrisburg brought hundreds of advocates to the stairs of the state capitol.
Despite a mental health funding increase in this year's budget, advocates still say more dollars are necessary.
Erie News Now state capitol correspondent Brendan Scanlon joining us live with more details on today's rally. Good evening, Brendan.
Hey there, Mike and Eva. Good evening. That's right. Well, folks at today's rally tell me they're really fighting for two main priorities. The first is to get new budget dollars in this year's budget out of essentially a legislative limbo. The second priority is to fight for increased mental health funding overall for the entire state.
We haven't finished the fight. That being said, you are here to help us finish it.
Funding increases for county and school mental health services were a product of this year's state budget.
This is the first year in more than a decade that there's funding on the table, $20 million to go to the counties. We're very appreciative of that amount, but it's really just touching the surface on the type of county-based funding needed.
Jim Sharp with the Rehabilitation and Community Providers Association says mental health funding is not keeping up with the demand for services as more people look for help post-pandemic.
That what it did is it increased the number of people coming forward, increase the need, and we have to have funding in a workforce that is going to be commensurate with the need in the state.
The new increases are a welcome sign for John Herman, who lives with bipolar disorder.
I call it the roller coaster. I have the highs and lows.
Herman says getting connected with resources and support taught him that he's not alone.
I figured out I'm not the only one that has this.
Now he's sharing his experience to help others.
If I can make one change with one system that can really help somebody else, I say I did my job.
And as we said earlier, now a lot of this mental health funding still needs legislation to help drive those dollars out. It's really one of the few remaining unfinished budget items now, as we're almost 2 months after Governor Shapiro signed the budget back in August. For now, reporting live at the state capitol in Harrisburg, Brendan Scanlon, Erie News Now.